सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मविदे निधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। ओम नमस्ताराय नमः शंभवे च मयो भवे च नमः शंकराय च महेश्वराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनं उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षयमामृतात्। ओम आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। ओम नमोस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देवे च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रमाल्येभ्यः नमोस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः। ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने। अथ अध्यात्म रामायण माहात्म्यान्तर्गत श्रीराम सांब सदाशिव अध्यात्म रामायण प्रार्थना श्लोकाः। ओम रामं विश्वमयं वन्दे रामं वन्दे रघोद्वहं रामं विप्रवरं वन्दे रामं श्यामाग्रजं भजे यस्य वागं श्रुतश्च्यूतं रम्यं रामायणामृतं शैलजासेवितं वन्दे तं शिवं सोमरूपिणं सच्चिदानन्दसन्दोहं भक्तिभूतिविभूषणं पूर्णानन्दमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं शङ्करं स्वयं अज्ञानध्वान्तसंहर्त्री ज्ञानालोकविलासिनी चन्द्रचूडवचश्चन्द्र चन्द्रिकेयं विराजते जयति रघुवंशतिलकः कौसल्यानन्दिवर्धनो रामः दशवदननिधनकारी दाशरथि पुण्डरीकाक्षः अप्रमेयत्रयातीत निर्मलज्ञानमूर्तये मनोगिरां विदूराय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम अथ श्री ब्रह्मांड पुराणांतर्गत श्री अध्यात्म रामायणांतर्गत बालकांडः प्रथमः सर्गः श्रीराम हृदयं प्रार्थना श्लोकाः। ओम यः पृथ्वीभरवारणाय दिविजैः सम्प्रार्थितश्चिन्मयः सञ्जात पृथिवीतले रविकुले मायामनुष्यो व्ययः निश्चक्रं हतराक्षसः पुनरगात् ब्रह्मत्वमाद्यं स्थिरां कीर्तिं पापहरां विधाय जगतां तं जानकीशं भजे। विश्वोद्भवस्थितिलयादिषु हेतुमेकं मायाश्रयं विगतमायमचिन्त्य मूर्तिम् आनन्दसान्द्रममलं निजबोधरूपं सीतापतिं विदिततत्त्वमहन्नमामि पठन्ति ये नित्यमनन्यचेतसः शृण्वन्ति चाध्यात्मिकसंज्ञितं शुभं रामायणं सर्वपुराणसम्मतं निर्धूतपापाः हरिमेव यान्ति ते अध्यात्म रामायणमेव नित्यं पठेद्यदिच्छेत् भवबन्धमुक्तिं गवां सहस्रायुतकोटिदानात् फलं लभेद्यः शृणुयात् स नित्यं पुरारिगिरिसम्भूता श्रीरामार्णवसङ्गता अध्यात्मरामगङ्गेयं पुनाति भुवनत्रयम् अध्यात्मरामगङ्गेयं पुनाति भुवनत्रयम्. Salutations to the Lord Parameshwara for that being teacher, Sri Rama being the theme, for Bhagavan Vyasa ji understanding the need of our understanding Rama Tattva has incorporated Adhyatma Ramayana in the Brahmaanda Purana and gave it to us. With the grace of all of them, may the Adhyatma Ramayana Adhyanam open our wisdom eye and make us understand Bhagavan Rama in his transcendental Brahma Rupa, Bhagavan Rama as Ishvara, Bhagavan Rama as Avatara Purusha, Bhagavan Rama as our Aradhya Deva and the one who blesses us. This is our goal. Here we saw Sri Bhagavan Shiva in Kailasa Parvata, Mother Parvati doing all respectful salutations to him. Then she asked one jignasa and one doubt. Jignasa is, tell me the Purushottama Tattva. And the doubt is, Rama Avatara. Is Rama aware of himself being Brahma? If yes, how did he cry? If he has forgotten himself as a self, then he is like any of us, the Jiva. Why should we pray to him? See, the Jignasa earlier one, the doubt here. So both of them, Bhagavan Shiva answered in one go first of all. Because he has no doubt. A person who has doubt will doubtfully only answer the doubt of other fellow. He is clear and answer hai, he will strongly speak that first. Now, when you observe in TVs and all the accusations that happen on any politicians, all nobody vehemently, strongly comes and says, "कि मैंने किया ही नहीं." That itself shows that they have done it. Like there is a quotation, no, बिना अग्नि का धुआं नहीं होता. तो धुआं निकल रहा है मतलब वहां कोई ना कोई अग्नि है. Therefore, they try to escape, they try to find the fault of others. Finding the fault of others is not the meaning that you don't have fault. If you are told to have fault, you have to tell that it is not there. Challenge करो, लड़ो, पूरा धूम धड़ाके से करना. वो कोई नहीं करता. क्यों? क्योंकि है उधर कुछ चीज. And that's what is projected by people, brought out. Whether it's media or opposition party. So सारे चोर, बस मेरी चोरी आपके चोरी को मैं बोलकर छिपाना चाहता हूँ. सेम थिंग यू आर डूइंग एंड पीपल आर फूलिश. ऑल द पीपल आर फूलिश एज टू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड कि बहुत आर कर दोनों को बाइकाट करना चाहिए. In the same way, Bhagavan Shiva is in the experience of Rama Brahma Tattva. Then why will he have any doubt to tell her? She is a doubt because she has not realized. Therefore she asked. First he said, Dhanyasi Bhaktasi. You are a great blessed soul, really a devotee of Rama and me. And such a question never asked. I was never asked by anyone in the past. Bhagavan Shiva was very happy. Generally, every husband is happy when wife asks a question instead of ordering. Always objection and order is a way of wives. But devotionally seeking the knowledge, clarification of a doubt is something unique. And more than all this, Mazak, Bhagavan Shiva is in Rama Tattva. And the bliss of Rama Tattva is so beautiful. He wants to spread it to everyone. When he wants to give it to everyone, how happy he will be to give it to his own consort, Parvati ji, especially when she herself comes and asks. क्या मजेदार बात है देख. This is called the true wife and husband. When they discuss and share that which is beyond the truth, reality, they have completed their relation. Only live at the physical level, or emotional level, or relational level, anybody does it. Is it not? You know, the Chudala Upakyanam, in the Tripura Rahasyam, Madalasa stories, they're all great in our Shastra, where the wives become the teachers and teach the husband. In many cases, the husband becomes Guru. Like Agnivalkya teaches the Maitreyi Brahmanam. Here also, Bhagavan Shiva teaches. So to Bhagavan Krishna teaches to the Gopikas, wherever required. Okay, Sri Mahadeva Uvacha. We have seen 3 shlokas. I'll just read out them so that we are in the continuation of what is given. And very heavy dosed shlokas. Heavy duty wale. Slowly, आराम से ही आनंद से ही हम करेंगे. No need to panic or worried about. No need to create that heavy tension also to our heights. जितना हम सीख सकते हैं या सुन सकते हैं उतना ही. So Sri Mahadeva Uvacha. What did he say? Dhanyasi bhaktasi paratmanah tvam yajñātumiccā tava rama tattvam पुराणकेनापि अविचोदितोऽहं वक्तुं रहस्यं paramam nigudham. The 3 points here are: one is you are dhanya and bhakta. Why? Because Rama Tattvam Paratma Tattvam Ichhasi. You want to know the Rama's reality, the doubt clearance, then Paratma Tattva. Therefore, whoever want to know the Paratattva and the Paratattva's expression as Rama or any avatar, without doubt, that person's Janma is Dhanya. This is how the meaning. Second is, he is praising her. So such seeker is really great. Then Bhagavan says, Pura na kena api avichoditoham. He is saying, nobody asked me such a question of my heart. You have asked me. And he says, Vaktum rahasyam paramam nigudam. This is a rahasya, it's a niguda rahasya, but I am always ready to share it. Nobody came and asked me. You asked me. I am so very happy with you. And you yourself also are dhanya. Because along with asking question, when I am going to answer it, if you listen, your best of the question and doubt are answered once for all, after which there will be no question, no doubt. No jignasa remains because you have known the truth. No samshaya remains because you got the answer. So this takes 2 studies, especially Rama Hridayam. उनका जिज्ञासा पूर्ण हो जाएगा, संशय का छेदन हो जाएगा, राम ब्रह्म मिलेंगे, राम अवतार में भक्ति भी हो जाएगी. ऐसे व्यक्ति का जन्म धन्य है. She is a Parvata Rajaputri. Parvata is mud. Parvati, muddy headed, but still she became so great a seeker. First she did tapasya and got husband, Shiva's husband. परमात्मा को पति के रूप में पाकर पति से भी फिर परमात्मा तत्व जान रही है. तो all these behind the story wale thoughts are really very powerful and impressive and useful if you have that art of seeing all that. We may not do every time that exercise. It will be very heavy though entertaining. We are seeing so many shastras, therefore we can't do. ओनली अध्यात्म रामायण में पूरा जिंदगी में पढ़ने को रखा, कोई दूसरा टच नहीं किया शास्त्र. Then at every level you can ponder and think all these things. Simple thing is what? You are dhanya because you have this jignasa and samshaya. Nobody has that. I have answer I want to give, but nobody asked me. You are the first one you asked. Nobody asked me earlier. I am going to give answer. Listen carefully. Then Tvayadhya bhaktya parinoditoham vakshe namaskritya raghuttamam te Rama paratma prakriteranadihi ananda ekaha purushottamo hi. So, Tvaya, by you, Adhya, today, Bhaktya, with your devotion, Parinoditoham, I am extremely pleased. Your reverence devotion to me, and added to that is what? Your jignasa about the Lord made me extremely happy. This is how a guru, when a correct disciple comes, encourages him and creates such an atmosphere where the jignasa of the disciple becomes bhakti to listen to Guru's teachings and catch it. That's how the relation should be, Guru Shishya. Because they live together for such a long period of time. Unless they exchange all those beautiful, loving, respectful things, no, they can't long last. Either they should be like you and me, other than class, we never talk to each other. Or if we talk to each other, all the respect and reverence. So that the gap is never created everywhere. So he says, now in the third, fourth line, he gave the answer. One line answer. I told you yesterday, again I am saying, Ramaha prakrutehe para atma, Ramaha anadihi, Ramaha anandaha, Ramaha ekaha, Ramaha purushottamaha. He means undoubtedly, he is verily. So, कौन है रामा? First, prakrute para atma. He that self which is beyond the prakriti. Means the prakriti which has got trigunas are existing, no? How come they are existing, these trigunatmaka maya? Because of existence. That existence has none of these three gunas. That is para of these three guna. That is triguna para atma jo hai wahi Ram. Isn't it very clear? There is no doubt about it. Rama Prakritehe Paratma. He is not Prakriti Adhina Jivatma like you and me. We are all Jivatma under influence of Prakriti. He is Prakriti Para Atma. He is beyond Prakriti. He is Para Brahman. Paratma. Then Anadihi is causeless, cause of everything. Anandaha, in him there is no duality, otherness, or in him there is no impurity of ignorance or projections. Ekaha, he is one without second truth or reality. And Purushottama. There are three Purushas: Pratama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha, Uttama Purusha. That in Gita is called Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Uttama Purusha. Pratama Purusha is Deha, all Upadis. Madhyama Purusha is Jiva. Uttama Purusha is Paramatma. Like in Taittiriya Upanishad. Sa yeshanto hrudaya akashaha tasminayam purushaha manomaya. Manomaya is the Jiva, Purusha is Paramatma. Amrutaha, Hiranmayaha. He is called as Uttama Purusha. Therefore, the Rama whom we are worshipping in the idol or in any picture should be understood, accepted as Purushottama Ekaha Ananda Sarupa Prakriti Para Atma, and he is Anadi, causeless. Who is telling this to us? Lord Shiva himself, who is a Dakshinamurti, who is Adi Guru. And in general, every devata you are doing upasana, Ganapati Shiva, सब यही तत्व है. वो तत्व ही इतने देवता के रूप में है. The point is whether the every devata is Parabrahma or that's not a point. Did you understand them and accept them like that or not? Like Om Brahma hai ki nahi. It is not the problem for the Om or Brahma. Om is always Brahma, whether you want or not. Did you accept or not? Did you understand or not? Are you taking Om as Brahma and doing the upasana and reaching Brahma or not? That is the point. That's what will be again in Taittiriya. Mother is God or not, that we don't know. But taking the mother as God is our sadhana. Matrudevaha bhava. You become a person taking your mother as God. It is never said mother is God there. It's never said Atithi is God there. It is never that father is God. It is never said the Guru is God. It is not said that ki Mata Devata Asti Pita. Tvam Matrudevaha bhava. You become such a person of accepting your mother as God. Ultimately, every being is God only. Every being is God never helps you. You taking them God as God helps you. A Jnani Guru, being a Jnani Guru never helps us. When we take him as Guru and seek Jnana from him, it helps us. No Upasana helps us by itself. When we do the Upasana, it helps. The temple in a town never helps us. Our going to the temple helps us. The food in the dining table never helps us. That when we consume, then it helps us. Okay, so Ram Parabrahma hai ki nahi? Wo to beyond, who are you to, is Parabrahma only. But for it to help you, you have to accept him as so, in your interest. So one thing is clear. Rama ही प्रकृति के पर रहने वाला आत्मा है, एक है, आनंद स्वरूप है, is अजन्मा अनादि है. Clear? Then he only has made this world. Now there are two things. Rama with his Trigunatik Maya, this made his world. When this you say, you won't accept it. Because same thing happened in Gita, Arjuna's case. When Arjuna, Bhagavan said in 4th chapter, I gave this knowledge to Surya, then Surya gave it to Manu, and Manu gave it to Ikshvaku. अर्जुन आप मेरे से 40-50 साल पहले या कुछ पहले पैदा हुए होंगे. Surya is there right from the beginning of creation. How will I accept you that you taught? Then Bhagavan has to tell him, I taught me not this I. This is not the real I, me. I am there even beyond, behind that. So to Rama with his Maya created the world is non-acceptable on the surface level. On the other hand, you say, There is a creator who created the world with Maya Shakti. He himself is Rama. This is a correct, doubtless explanation. He only appeared as Rama. When he appeared as Rama, he played the role of Rama without forgetting in himself that he is Srishti Sthilaya Karaka Ishwar. And that he lived like that. We have to understand like that, complete our understanding about Rama unambiguously. हमको क्लियरली बात समझ में आना चाहिए. So he says, Swamayaya krusnamidam hi sruštva nabo vadantar bahirasthito yah sarvantarasto piniguda atma swamayaya srustamidam vichaste. There are these 3-4 are the deep Vedantic. Every shloka from here is contemplative. Sometimes mind boggling, blowing. Sometimes with the help of Guru Krupa, Ishwara Krupa and Sattva Guna, when it clicks to us, the meaning, clicking only, the joy is infinite. And that will happen only when Guru Bhagavad Krupa is there, which comes when you do Upasana. Else, we will only study the shloka, we will never understand the meaning. In the effort to understand the meaning, we only fail, we only have the confused understanding, vague, half understanding, that also forgotten. It never helps to change our life. That is what is the study of Shastra by those who don't have Guru Bhakti Sharanagati and Paramatma Bhakti Sharanagati. Those who have that, to them every line, every word reveals the truth to tell which that word has come. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha gurau tasyaite katitahi artaha prakashante mahatmanaha. To only that Mahatma who has parabhakti for the God, equal parabhakti to the Guru, that the Shruti reveals the truth. Tasya Mahatmana ete katitahartaha prakashante. Only to him the truth is revealed, whether when the Guru teaches or whether he studies himself the book. नहीं तो एक फॉर्मेलिटी होता है. Like अत्यंत श्रद्धा भक्ति, when I do upasana of the idol, from that idol the Paramatma will appear, give darshan and bless me. If we don't do it, 1000 साल भी करो, it remains a stone, it never responds, we remain as we are. यानी 40 साल से पूजा कर रहा हूँ स्वामी जी, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. अर्थ क्या है कि 40 साल से तुम पूजा नहीं कर रहे हो क्योंकि तुमने कहा फर्क नहीं पड़ रहे. क्यों? पूजा कर रहे तो फर्क पड़ना चाहिए. Then what you are doing, imagine you are doing puja, imagining what you are doing as puja. You have never understood why and what and how the puja is. Listen carefully. What is that? Swamayaya. By his own Shakti called as Maya. What is Maya? Anirvachaniya, Achintya, Ananta Shakti of Ananta Sat Chit Ananda Paramatma. It is inseparable from him. In him it dissolves when it is the Brahma Tattva. He is at the Brahma Tattva level. When you talk about the scene creation, immediately infinite creation should come from infinite power. Power cannot be without powerful. Therefore, the powerful Paramatma's power is called infinite Maya Shakti. With that, entire world is continuously manifesting, continuously dissolving, continuously between manifestation and resolution, going on getting modified too. So little I touched, and immediately we listen and forget. That's the problem. We have to pray to the God, try our best to remember these meanings. Swamayaya, his own Maya Shakti. Now, why the Maya has to be his own? Because there is nobody other than him. Therefore, is उन्हीं का है वो. है कि नहीं? एक ही स्कूटर है, एक ही बंदा है, नेचुरली उसी का है वो. 3-4 स्कूटर है, 5-6 बंदे हैं, तो कौन किसका है, कंफ्यूजन होगा. Only one Ishvara, only one Maya, then it must belong to him. And what the meaning of Samaya? It is under his control. Ishvara's Ishvaratva is in because of his Maya under his control. Jiva's Jivatva is he is in the control of his own mind or vasanas or avidya. Anyway, Samayaya. Then Krutznam idam hi srishtva created this entire world. Having created the entire world, Then Antarbahi Astitaha. He is inside and outside of that Nabhovat, like the space. Very, very tough thing to understand. Tough nut to crack these thoughts. He himself created the world. He himself is inside the world and outside also of the world. Like Akash. From the Akasha, the four beings come, four other bhutas. And in all those four bhutas, Akasha is there. And outside of them also, Akasha is there. Here in the Vedantic parlance, inside matlab as the Upadhana Karanam. Outside means not influenced by their Rupa Nama Guna. Like the mud is inside the pot means as the material cause. What is outside the pot means what? Not influenced by the pottiness of the pot. The potness of the pot. Which mud we are talking? Not the lump of clay which is not made as mud, not made as pot. We are talking about the mud in the pot only. There is a pot in the hand. The mud in the pot created the pot out of itself. The mud is inside the pot, yet mud is outside the pot. Mud created the pot because without mud, pot cannot be there. Mud is inside the pot as the upadana material cause, and it is outside the pot means what? The shape and the size and utility of the pot will not touch the mudness in that. For example, if the pot is broken, nothing happens to pot. But in the pot, if you get milk, if you get daru, if you get water, if you add a fiery things in that, it doesn't affect the mud. That is the meaning of staying outside. Solving this riddle is understanding Vedanta. First, intellectually. Intellectual understanding never sufficient. On the deep seat of meditation, when you realize that, and that is realized as our own self, then they'll end all jignyasas. Then nothing remains further to know. हो गया पता कर चुके हम. बाकी सब माया, बाकी सब मिथ्या, बाकी सब illusion, बाकी सब delusion. All of them came when the knowledge of the truth was not there. When the truth came, truth knowledge is understood, knowledge of the reality, all else is illusion. Once I wake up, I know everything of the dream is illusion. I don't know. I don't take half of the dream as real or unreal. Sab khatam. I am waker is reality. I am the self is reality. Dream is projection. Whole world is projection. Means all questions end when you know the truth. That is the point. So, Swamaya Krishnavidam hi sruštva antarvahi astitaha. He is in and out nabhavat like the Akash. There is no better example than the Akasha to explain the truth as the cause, transcend it cause the material inefficient yet untouched. It's not very difficult. It only has to click. The gold is permeating the entire ornament. Gold is the cause of ornament. Yet the gold is not in the ornament. Why? The ornamentation doesn't touch the gold. How do you prove that? When the ornamentation is removed by melting it, gold is not disappearing. So too, when the ornament is molded out of the gold, nothing happening to the gold. That is why gold is real. Ornament is mithya. It comes and goes. It has only utility value, not reality value. When you give reality value to the vyahara, you are in samsara. When you give reality to the reality, vyavahara only is vyavahara. You are somewhat great. When you establish in reality where vyavahara also transcended, you are jivan mukta. Still, there will be some vyavahara out of some. They have prarabdha or ishwarecha. That's okay. So, Somavaya Krishnamidam hi sruštva nabhovat antarvahi astitayah. Then the next one. Where that Paramatma has to be discovered, where is he available? देखो हमेशा देखना परमात्मा का रहने का स्थान, दूसरा परमात्मा का उपलब्धि स्थान. This is what our entire sixth anuvaka of Taittiriya Upanishad. And Paramatma presence is there everywhere because it's all pervading. But the availability of Paramatma is in the cave of our heart. Saya Ishanta Hridaya Akasha. Here also, Sarvantarastha api. He is in the Antara Hridaya of every being. Yes, yet Nigudaha. He is secretly hidden. Now, what is the corresponding shloka of this in Kathopanishad, in Gita? Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha in Gita chapter 15, 15 shloka. In Kathopanishad, Yesha sarveshu bhuteshu gudhotma still na prakashate. Again, drishyate tu by whom? Agreya buddhya sukshmaya sukshmadarshvihi. See, sarvantarastha api atma, paramatma nigudaha. Then what is he doing? Swamaya sushtamidam vichaste. The whole world created by his own Maya, he is watching, managing it. That is called as ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां हृदय से अर्जुन तिष्ठति और क्या कर रहा है भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यंत्रारूढ़ानि माया with his maya he is doing the entire brahmanam of the entire beings. Ramayan means janma marana karma karma phala वो सब देते जा रहे. So she asked about Rama Tattva or Parabrahma Tattva. She is telling Rama Tattva to be this, and that Tattva being Brahma, Brahma alone is Rama. So the जिज्ञासा न पूर्त हो गया, संशय का भी निवारण हो गया. So सर्वांतरस्थोपि निगूढ़ात्मा स्वमाया सुष्टुमिदं विचष्टे. Now बहुत बढ़िया श्लोक. जगन्ति नित्यं परितो भ्रमन्ति. See, Brahmayan सर्वभूतानि श्लोक. जगन्ति नित्यं परितो भ्रमन्ति यत्सन्निधौ चुम्बकलोहवद्धि एतन्न जानन्ति विमूढचित्ताः स्वाविद्यया संवृतमानसा ये. Now is a very heavy dose shloka again. एक श्लोक ऐसा है. You have to study this early morning at 5:30. रात को 9 बजे सोकर 4 बजे उठकर घंटा जब पूजा करके शांत मन से इन सबको पढ़ना. तब पढ़ो तो रियलाइजेशन मेडिटेशन होगा. अब पढ़ो तो नींद जमकर आ जाएगा. Before the sleep. I'll explain very simply. Jaganti, Jagat, Jagati, Jaganti. Jaganti means the worlds, plural. Nityam, continuously. Paritaha Brahmanti, are going on, rotating or moving. The Jagat Brahmana means Jagat Srushti, Jagat Sthiti, Jagat Laya, again Srushti, Sthiti, Laya. This is called Paribrahmanam. The Srushti, Sthiti, Laya, in other words, is called unmanifest at the causal level, subtly manifest, coming to the gross manifestation. From the gross, slowly through subtle, going back to cause. Karana, Sukshma, Stula, Stula se Sukshma, Sukshma se Karana. This is called a Paribrahmana. That is what is happening. Excellent. From the mud, the roots of the tree have brought the leaves or the fruits. If nobody touches them, or ripened hone बाद, they dry होने बाद, they fall, go back into the earth only. Even if we consume it, finally it goes to earth only. We also go to earth. तुरंत जला के कर दो या दफना के. जला के करना shortcut. You put it under the earth, it takes more time. That's it. We came from earth, we go back to the earth. Any doubt? We mean they us, not the self. So this means from the cause, unmanifest cause to the manifest effect. From the manifest effect going back to unmanifest cause. This is called a Jagat Brahmanam. How is it happening? Yat sannidhau chumbaka lohavadhi. In the presence of Paramatma, all these worlds are born, staying, dissolving. And what an example given here. If you can understand it, it is ultimate. Chumbaka lohavadhi. Like you know that the iron filings put in a paper and hold a magnet below the paper and move it. All the filings are moving, dancing, is it not? If that example again is so sublime, if fully understood, we'll understand the presence of Paramatma in the world. First thing is what? The iron filings are dead, unmoving. Second is what? It is a power in the magnet, because of which they are moving. Third, their movement is not affecting the magnet, it's magnetism. Untouched only. पेपर के अंदर वो है, ये नीचे है. Chumbaka lohavat he. In the same way, what we have to understand is what? The three things. Paramatma, in his own presence, his own Maya. He is projecting whole world in him only. When do you say all that? When you are seeing the world other than him. When we devalue the world and see Paramatma, then the Maya goes away, then the world goes away. What remains is what always there is called Paramatma. Again, I am saying Paramatma alone is there, nothing other than him. But now we see the Jagat. We have to reach to Paramatma. What is the sequence? Paramatma, in his presence, his Maya Shakti is creating Jagat. We are caught up in the Jagat. Instead of caught up in Jagat, pursue Paramatma. Always Paramatma is available to everyone on the seat of meditation inquiry. Reach him. When you reach him, Maya goes away. When the Maya goes away, there is no created Jagat. This is the truth of entire Vedanta, which we have to many a times contemplate and understand. Jagat is there is our experience. Jagat is there because of Maya, it is the explanation for our experience. The truth is, Paramatma alone is there. There is no Maya, there is no Jagat. When you reach him, that is the ultimate to reach. So, yat sannidhau chumbaka lokavaddi. The same thing is said as yes sannidhi matrena dehendriya manodiyah visheshu swakiyeshu vartante prerita iva. Same shloka in our Atma Bodha. Example again is like Surya. In his presence, we all are becoming active, dynamic, and doing. And he is not the maker of us to do, nor is a doer. देखो इंटरेस्टिंग. हमेशा याद रखना, हमारे तरफ से भगवान करता है. क्यों? हमारा कर्तृत्व को छोड़ने के लिए. परमात्मा की तरफ से वो करता नहीं है, भोगता नहीं है, क्योंकि जगत ही नहीं है, वो कुछ सिर्फ वही है. The ability to solve this riddle is the Vedantic understanding, intellectual. Then that truth, when we realize on the seat of meditation, it's an experience. Jaganti nityam paritah brahmanti yat sannidhau chumbaka lohavati. So the Jaganti means worlds. Worlds means what? All worlds. All world means what? One world is what? From morning we wake up till we sleep. This is one world. Like that, every day, different day. So therefore, so many worlds. So too, between the sleep and waking, there is a stage called dream. In the dream, every day different dream, different worlds. Even in the Jagrata Ganga also, the entire world of cosmos, which is there in front of us, which is a subject of investigation by the science, in which they are discovering the newer and newer galaxies forming, older ones dissolving in the infinite black hole. Continuously the worlds are manifesting and unmanifesting. What is happening at the micro level alone is macro. Please remember. Don't you see a leaf falling? Don't you see at the very point another tender leaf is coming? This itself is the sign to say that big Brahmaandas are forming, again they are dissolving. In whose presence? That is Paramatma. That is Rama Tattva. And is Rama doing it? The Sushti Sthiti Laya, from our standpoint, he should do. For us to come out of our doership. From his standpoint, in his presence, they are happening. And in his absolute standpoint, he alone is there. There is nothing happening. He alone is there, as it is. He is Avyaya. See that 4 words in Mandukya? Ajaya, Aja, Avyaya, Ajara, Amara. Aja means unborn, causeless, eternal. Avyaya is unmodifying. Ajara is never becoming old. Amara means never dying. He is the truth. Why is it all? Because beyond time and all. And that thing cannot be objectively known. It is experienced as a subject. Hmm. Then who doesn't know this? Etat na jananti vimuda chittaha. Those chittas are fully confused and deluded. They can never understand this truth. And why the vimuda chitta? So avidyaya samvrta manasaye. Their mind is fully overpowered, occupied by their own self-accepted, self-created avidya. Savidyaya samvrta manasaye. Those whose minds are overpowered by their own avidya, their chitta cannot have this contemplation, inquiry, vimuda. Therefore, such people having such chitta and such mana can never understand this fact that in his presence the worlds are coming and going. अब देखो literal meaning of the shloka is said, but to clearly understand every word of it, we need a very sublime thought, sublime thinking. आप समझ में आ रहे हैं ना क्यों इसको अध्यात्म रामायण कहा? सो स्व अविद्यया संवृत मानसाः, स्व अविद्यया संवृत मानसाः. What is the avidya samvriti means? Taking anatma as atma and living only anatma as atma, never interested in really discovering their atma. Like in the world also, somebody help a little bit, you become so friendly and attached to him, and you get lost in that, and that person silently goes on cheating you by talking sweet sweet words. You will never know only that. क्योंकि वो थोड़ा प्यार से बात कर रहा है, आपको लगता है, हम वी डोंट थिंक सेम वे द पंचकोशास देहादि a little pleasure they are giving, and we are attached to it so much that we have forgotten that the self is beyond all that. It is called an avidya. And the mind is overpowered. That samvrta manasa. Mana is samvrta manasa means mana is become fully busy with the upadhis which are born out of the avidya. Because of that, the chitta is not able to contemplate and understand. No contemplation, no understanding, therefore moodha. And that chitta moodhata, samvritamana, the one who has got, that is you and me, can never understand what is it above. That in the presence of Lord, the worlds are born and dissolving, like in the presence of magnet, the filings are dancing, moving. जगन्ति नित्यं परितो भ्रमन्ति यत्सन्निधौ चुम्बकलोहवद्धि एतत् न जानन्ति विमूढचित्ताः स अविद्यया संवृतमानसा ये. Now to understand all that, how much we have to go to secluded place, how much we have to remove from the mind the entire world of things and beings, how much you have to make the mind energetic, powerful, concentrated and subtle, that then only will be able to understand the thing. That is called Drushyate tu Agrayavudya Sukshmaya Sukshmadarshi. We all have to desire for that Antakarana. We have to pray for it. We have to try for it. And with that Antakarana, pursue and see and experience the self. Beautiful. Now, Swajnanamapyatmani Shuddha Buddhe Swaropayanti Hanirastamaye Samsaramevanusaranti te vai Putradisaktaha Purukarma Yuktaha. See, Swajnanamapi Atmani Shuddha Buddhe Swaropayanti Hanirastamaye. Now, this is very important, typical, very sublime thought. It is directly hitting to Parvati ji and to all of us. What is the meaning is, sa ajnanam, they are deluded with the upadhis and think they are jiva. After that, their ajnana, they do aropana on the Shuddha Buddhi Paramatma who is Nirastamaya. We think like we look at Gurudev and we live life, and he also appears to be like living like that. Like we are attached and ignorant, we think he is also attached and ignorant. Our ignorance we superimpose on Paramatma. So means what? Parvati, as long as you are in Jiva Bhava, you will take Rama also as Jiva. Your Jiva Bhava habit, you impose on Rama also. And it's a very big general sentence. What is it, bigness and generalness? As long as I have my avidya telling me as Jiva, entire world also I will take as other than Paramatma. Only when I discover myself a Paramatma, everything. Like the wave, when it knows it is water, then it knows that every wave is water. If it doesn't know it is water, he considers himself wave. When it knows it as wave, it takes other waves only also as wave only. Then all the competition, all the fighting. So Atmanamapi Atmani Shuddha Buddhe Swa Aropayantiha Nirastamaye Swa Ajnanam. This is what he said, in same all the same shlokas like these are there in Atmamota. He says like the movement of the clouds is imposed on the moon. Is it when you look at the moon appears to be moving, but what is moving is clouds. It's like the movement of the train is imposed on the trees. So too, the movement of the water is imposed on the reflection of move in the water. The sloka number 29 or 30 in the Atmabodha. He says, Adrushyate abhreshu dhavatsu dhavanniva yatha shashi. That's the sloka. Abhreshu dhavatsu shashi dhavanniva drushyate. When the clouds are running, moon appears to be running. In the same way, I am caught up in Jiva Bhava through my Ubadi. I think everybody and Paramatma also like that. So Swajnanamapyatmani Shuddha Buddhe Swaropayanti Hanirastamaye. And such people, Samsarameva Anusaranti Devai. Such ignorant people are always in samsara. And what is samsara? Putra Adhisaktaha Puru Karma Yuktaha. They are attached to the Putra, Mitra, Bandhu, Bharya, husband, etc. Puru Karma Yuktaha. They are fully busy always in doing this or that karma to get this or that karma phala to make their Putra, Patni or husband happy, and in their happiness is his happiness. This is called samsara. No, you can understand the connection. They themselves are in ignorance and they don't accept it. That ignorance they impose on Paramatma also. And they say Paramatma is also like Jiva. Then they don't worship Paramatma. Then what they do? Their ignorance, they see the world of multiplicity. Among them, some they call a wife or husband or children. Attached to them, they want to eke out happiness by making them also happy. And further, you need objects. To get the object, you have to do the karma. So कर्म फला व्यक्ति with them अलग अलग प्रेम आसक्ति संसार में फंस गयो. Now to understand all this, how much Vedanta we must be studying. नहीं तो कहाँ पल्ले पड़ेगा ये. Now in the next sloka he talks about what we are studying again in Bhagavatam and Taittiriya. We said no. In Drugdusha Vivek also. Praptasya prapti, apraptasya prapti. You understand? That which is lost because of ajnanam is not gained by karma, it is gained by jnanam. And that which is other than us, an object, it is gained through karma. Swakantavarana example. The sloka here, 21 is in Atmabodha as Atma tu saratam praptopi apraptavad vidyaya tannashe praptavad vadi swakantavarnam yathasi jananti naivam hrude sthitam vai chamikaram kanthagatam yathagnyah yatha prakasho natu vidyate ravau jyotisvabhave parameshware tatha vishuddha vijnana gane raghutame avidya katam syam paratah paratmani. Each shloka is 1 hour, 2 hour explanation. This word Sri Rama HRUDAYAM Prathama Sarga. Remaining thing tomorrow will see. इतना डोज थोड़ा थोड़ा ज़्यादा हम नहीं ले सकते. Now I am leaving that idea of completing Adhyatma Ramayana as a formality and taking up as a commitment to at least do little satisfactorily, justifiably, at least literal meaning of such important shlokas, and trying to little ponder or contemplate. And when we go from second onwards sargas, उसमें तो राम कथा ही तो होता रहेगा, तो वहां भगा सकते हैं. बट यहाँ तो राम हृदयम है, essence of entire Ramayana, purpose of Ramayana, avatar of Rama, our devotion, our goal, सब इसमें है, इसलिए आराम से. Then in the Balakanda, seven, all are there, Parvas, Sarga, they're all story, little knowledge in between. But main knowledge is here, Rama Gita, in between through the stotrams, and वो दो चार तीन चार श्लोकों में होगा. And if this is understood here, all that is only literal explanation, you will catch it. Thank you. We'll stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Our Parayanams. And I'm happy for all of you for being with me in cooperating in all these endeavors of study of our Shastra. All of you, by name each of you, so genuine, so serious. You are all God sent only for me. Otherwise, I will have the energy, strength, willingness to talk on these texts and all every day. And we are doing so many. भागवत पारायण हो रहा है, अध्यात्म पारायण हो रहा है, स्तोत्र पारायण हो रहा है, talk on Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Upanishad Parayanam we are doing, Upanishad Adhyayana we are doing, Vidharnuti we are studying, daily Vishnasana Parayan, भाष्य का उसका talk हो रहा है, Rugdashya totally. It's a very Krupa Paramatma help of all of you. Keep it up. If at all you get heavy, bored, go away for a couple of minutes or seconds, but come back. Not more than that I can afford to leave you or you leaving me. It is your again choice. Avesha ball is in your court. But I, as long as Bhagavan wants, we will do our exercise here of study. ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्तरये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामय विनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्रीमहाविष्णवे नमः. ओं भाग्याब्धिचन्द्रिका भक्तचित्तकेकिघनागना रोगभरतदम्भोळेर्मृत्युदारु कुठारिकायै नमो नमः. ओं नासैरोगरे सौपीरा जपत निरन्तरमत वीरा. ओं श्री हनुमद्वीराय नमः. ओं श्री हनुमते नमः. ओम 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 श्री हनुमते नमः. शिवस्मरण. ओम नमः शिवाय. 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 नमः शिवाय. ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गस्त्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गस्त्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गस्त्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात्. ओम नमो भगवते श्री लक्ष्मी नारसिंहाय प्रह्लादाय च. Today we will do 4 stotrams. That will take 10-15 minutes, 18 minutes, never mind. I need a half minute. Just be with me. Om Adha Shri Adya Shankaracharya Krita Vedasara Shiva Stotram. Om Om Pashunam Patim Papanasham Paresham Gajendrasya Krutim Vasanam Varenyam Jatajuta Madhye Spurat Gangavarim Mahadevamekam Smarami Smararim Mahesham Suresham Suraratinasham Vibhum Vishwanatham Vibhutyangabhusham विरूपाक्षमिन्द्वर्कवह्निं त्रिनेत्रं सदानन्दमीडे प्रभुं पञ्चवक्त्रं गिरीशं गणेशं गणे नीलवर्णं गवेन्द्राधिरूढं गुणातीतरूपं भवं भास्वरं भस्मनाभूषिताङ्गं भवानी कणत्रं भजे पञ्चवक्त्रं शिवाकान्तशम्भो शशाङ्कार्धमौळे महेशानशूलिन् जटाजूटधारिन् त्वमेको जगद्व्यापको विश्वरूपः प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रभो पूर्णरूप परात्मानमेकं जगद्बीजमाद्यं निरीहं निराकारमोङ्कारवेद्यं यतो जायते पाल्यते येन विश्वं तमीशं भजे लीयते यत्र विश्वं न भूमिर्न चापो न वह्निर्न वायुः न चाकाशमास्ते न तन्द्रा न निद्रा न ग्रीष्मो न शीतं न देशो न वेशो न यस्यास्ति मूर्तिं त्रिमूर्तिं तमीडे अजं शाश्वतं कारणं कारणानां शिवं केवलं भासकं भासकानां तुरीयं तमः पारमाद्यन्तहीनं प्रपद्ये परं पावनं द्वैतहीनं नमस्ते नमस्ते विभो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते चिदानन्दमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते तपोयोगगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते श्रुतिज्ञानगम्य प्रभो शूलपाणे विभो विश्वनाथ महादेव शम्भो महेश त्रिनेत्र शिवाकान्त शान्त स्मरारे पुरारे त्वदन्यो वरेण्यो न मान्यो न गण्यः शम्भो महेश करुणामय शूलपाणे गौरीपते पशुपते पशुपाशनासिन् काशीपते करुणया जगदेतदेकः त्वं हंसि पासि विदधासि महेश्वरोऽसि त्वत्तो जगद्भवति देव भवस्मरारे त्वय्येव तिष्ठति जगन्मृडविश्वनाथ त्वय्येव गच्छति लयं जगदेतदीश लिङ्गात्मके हरचराचर विश्वरूपं लिङ्गात्मके हरचराचर विश्वरूपम् इति श्री आद्यशङ्कराचार्य विरचित वेदसार शिवस्तोत्रम् ओम अथ श्री आद्यशङ्कराचार्य कृत द्वादश ज्योतिर्लिंग स्तोत्रम् ओम 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 सौराष्ट्रदेशे वसुधावकाशे ज्योतिर्मयं चन्द्रकलावतंसं भक्तिप्रदानाय कृतावतारं तं सोमनाथं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीशैलशृङ्गे विविध प्रसङ्गे शेषाद्रिशृङ्गेऽपि सदा वसन्तं तमर्जुनं मल्लिकपूर्वमेनं नमामि संसारसमुद्रसेतुम् अवन्तिकायां विहितावतारं मुक्तिप्रदानाय च सज्जनानाम् अकालमृत्योः परिरक्षणार्थं वन्दे महाकालमहं सुरेशं कावेरिका नर्मदयोः पवित्रे समागमे सज्जनतारणार्थं सदैव मां धातृपुरे वसन्तं ओङ्कारमीशं शिवमेकमीढे पूर्वोत्तरे पारलिकाभिधाने सदाशिवं तं गिरिजासमेतं सुरासुराराधितपादपद्म श्रीवैद्यनाथं सततं नमामि आमर्दसंज्ञे नगरे च रम्ये विभूषिताङ्गं विविधैश्च भोगैः सद्भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदमीशमेकं श्रीनागनाथं शरणं प्रपद्ये सानन्दमानन्दवने वसन्तम् आनन्दकन्दं हृतपापवृन्दं वाराणसीनाथमनाथनाथं श्रीविश्वनाथं शरणं प्रपद्ये योडाकिनीशाकिनिका समाजे निषेव्यमाणः पिशिताशनैश्च सदैव भीमादिपदप्रसिद्धं तं शङ्करं भक्तहितं नमामि श्रीताम्रपर्णी जलराशियोगे निबध्य सेतुं निशिबिल्वपत्रैः श्रीरामचन्द्रेण समर्चितं तं रामेश्वराख्यं सततं नमामि सिंहाद्रिपार्श्वेऽपि तटे रमन्तं गोदावरीतीरपवित्रदेशे यद्दर्शनात् पातकजातनाशः प्रजायते त्र्यम्बकमीशमीढे हिमाद्रिपार्श्वेऽपि तटे रमन्तं सम्पूज्यमानं सततं मुनीन्द्रैः सुरासुरैर्यक्षमहोरगाद्यैः केदारसंज्ञं शिवमीशमीडे येलापुरीरम्य शिवालयेऽस्मिन् समुल्लसन्तं त्रिजगद्वरेण्यं वन्दे महोदारतरस्वभावं सदाशिवं तं धिषणेश्वराख्यम् एतानि लिङ्गानि सदैव मर्त्याः प्रातः पठन्तो अमलमानसाश्च ते पुत्रपौत्रैश्च धनैरुदारैः संकीर्तिभाजः सुखिनो भवन्ति संकीर्तिभाजः सुखिनो भवन्ति। इति श्री आद्यशंकराचार्य कृत श्री द्वादश ज्योतिर्लिंग स्तोत्रम्। ओम अथ श्री आद्यशंकराचार्य विरचित उमामहेश्वर स्तोत्रम्। ओम नमः शिवाभ्यां नवयौवनाभ्यां परस्पराश्लिष्टवपुर्धराभ्यां नगेन्द्रकन्या वृषकेतनाभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्यां सरसोत्सवाभ्यां नमस्कृताभीष्टवरप्रदाभ्यां नारायणेनार्चितपादुकाभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्यां वृषवाहनाभ्यां विरिञ्चि विष्णुन्द्रसुपूजिताभ्यां विभूतिपाटीरविलेपनाभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्यां जगदीश्वराभ्यां जगत्पतिभ्यां जयविग्रहाभ्यां जम्भादिमुख्यैरभिवन्दिताभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्यां परमौषधाभ्यां पञ्चाक्षरी पञ्जररञ्जिताभ्यां प्रपञ्चसृष्टि स्थितिसंहृताभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्याम् अतिसुन्दराभ्याम् अत्यन्तमासक्तहृदम्बुजाभ्याम् अशेषलोकैकहितं कराभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्यां कलिनाशनाभ्यां कङ्काळकल्याणवपुर्धराभ्यां कैलासशैलस्थितदेवताभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्याम् अशुभापहाभ्याम् अशेषलोकैकविशेषिताभ्याम् अकुण्ठिताभ्यां स्मृतिसम्भृताभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्यां रथवाहनाभ्यां रवीन्दुवैश्वानरलोचनाभ्यां राकाशशाङ्काभमुखाम्बुजाभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्यां जटिलन्धराभ्यां जरामृतिभ्यां च विवर्जिताभ्यां जनार्दनाब्जोद्भवपूजिताभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्यां विषमेक्षणाभ्यां बिल्वच्चदा मल्लिकदामभृद्भ्यां शोभावती शान्तवतीश्वराभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां नमः शिवाभ्यां पशुपालकाभ्यां जगत्त्रयीरक्षणबद्धहृद्भ्यां समस्तदेवासुरपूजिताभ्यां नमो नमः शङ्करपार्वतीभ्यां स्तोत्रं त्रिसन्ध्यं शिवपार्वतीभ्यां भक्त्या पठेद् द्वादशकं नरो यः स सर्वसौभाग्यफलानि भुङ्क्ते शतायुरन्ते शिवलोकमेति स सर्वसौभाग्यफलानि भुङ्क्ते शतायुरन्ते शिवलोकमेति इति श्री आद्यशङ्कराचार्य कृत उमामहेश्वर स्तोत्रम् ओमत श्री आद्यशङ्कराचार्य कृत विरचित श्री अर्धनारीश्वर स्तोत्रम् चाम्पेय गौरार्धशरीरकायै कर्पूरगैरार्धशरीरकाय धम्मिल्लकायै च जटाधराय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय कस्तूरिका कुङ्कुमचर्चितायै चितारज पुञ्जविचर्चिताय कृतस्मरायै विकृतस्मराय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय झणत्क्वणत्कङ्कणनूपुरायै पादाब्जराजत् फणिनूपुराय हेमाङ्गदायै भुजगाङ्गदाय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय विशालनीलोत्पललोचनायै विकासिपङ्केरुहलोचनाय समेक्षणायै विषमेक्षणाय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय मन्दारमाला कलितालकायै कपालमालाङ्कितकन्धराय दिव्याम्बरायै च दिगम्बराय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय अम्बोधर श्यामलकुन्तलायै तटेत् प्रभाताम्रजटाधराय निरीश्वरायै निखिलेश्वराय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय प्रपञ्चसृष्ट्युन्मुखलास्यकायै समस्तसंहारकताण्डवाय जगज्जनन्यै जगदेकपित्रे नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय प्रदीप्तरत्नोज्ज्वलकुण्डलायै स्फुरन्महापन्नगभूषणाय शिवान्वितायै च शिवान्विताय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय एतत् पठेदष्टकमेष्टदं यः भक्त्या समान्यो भुवि दीर्घजीवी प्राप्नोति सौभाग्यम् अनन्तकालं भूयात् सदा तस्य समस्तसिद्धिः भूयात् सदा तस्य समस्तसिद्धिः नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय. If you can't meditate deeply on the truth self, at least chant these stotras, knowing the meaning and revel in bhakti. How beautiful they are. Same Bhagavan Adi Shankara, who gave us the sublime Vedanta through Bhashyam and Prakaranas, has given so sweet nectarine bhakti through these stotrams. Revel in both. Now tomorrow we are chanting Shivananda Lahari. If you have the book, bring it and be with me. Else also you can listen. 100 slokas are there. Uh, let us do in one day, like a Vishnu Sahasranama. It may take 5 minutes here or there. तो एक ही दिन पूरा हम करेंगे 100 श्लोक मुझे भी थकावट होगा बट देन विल कंजर्व एनर्जी and do it in one day instead of in parts so that it is available at one place for anyone. They have to listen or chat and have to also do lot of practice of it. 100 श्लोक पढ़ना है लंबे लंबे उसके ट्यून भी है बड़े बड़े श्लोक है इनफैक्ट दे आर 100 in number but if you take them in the Bhagavad Gita shloka size it will be more than 120 130. Then we have Shiva Parada Kshamapana. With that, our Shiva Stotras will be over. Then we'll do Vishnu Stotra. There are so many Shiva Stotra, hazaro hai. But in our this sequence, this is enough. And once this whole sequence is over, again we'll take up many other different stotras. We may study Shiva Purana, Shiva Stotras or anything. जैसे प्रभु चाहते हैं अब तो इतना है अभी हमारे पास कम से कम 3 महीने का स्टॉक है 3 या 2.5 महीने का होने दो फिर जो होगा देखें दिस इज अ गुड कलेक्शन ऑफ चैंटिंग्स फॉर यू दो आई डोंट हैव रागा एंड म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट बट इन्हीं सब बुक देखते हुए आप पढ़ सकते हैं थैंक यू फॉर योर कोऑपरेशन ओम ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् देवसवितं प्रसवा सत्यन्तवर्तेन वर्षिञ्चामि अमृते अमृतवर्षिणी अमृतं श्रावय स्वाहा अमृतोपस्तरणमस्ति पूर्वाभूषणं प्राणाय अपानाय व्यानाय उदानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मार्पणम् ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यम् अन्नं चतुर्विधं स्वादुरसैषड्विधमन्वितं भक्षमस्वायुक्तनैवेद्यं शालेनं पायसान् मोदकान् नैवेद्यं सङ्गरन् सबरासमेत रामचन्द्राय कृष्णेन्द्राय चन्द्रचूडाय समद्योतर्षणि महानैवेद्यं मध्यमस्तपादप्रक्षालनम् आचमन ताम्बूल नीराजनम् ॐ नीलमेघश्याम ओम वेणुगानलोल वेदांत वेद्य नवनीत चोर भक्त जनाधार परम दयावार मुक्ति गीतामृत दाता परम योगीश पार्थ सारिद्रूप कृष्ण सर्वमंगलम राम सर्वमंगलम सद्गुरु सर्वमंगलम ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभान् तस्यासारो नारायणाय दासरथाय विद्महे सीतावरदां भार्य चतुर्षाय नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मेन्द्रो ब्रह्मलोका तेभ्यो वदः तेरिमे गुरुप्रवाक्य प्रमाण राम नित्यं निर्दोषं देवतामिषु बोल सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय राधावर कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय उमावर चंद्रचूड़ भगवान की जय समस्त शिवगुरु देवता ब्रह्मर की जय बोलो श्री रामायण महाभारत भागवत उपनिषद गीतादि याज्ञवल्क्य स्मृत्यादि मनुस्मृति आदि ब्रह्मसूत्र आदि वशिष्ठ गीता योग वासिष्ठ आदि अध्यात्म रामायण आदि समस्त सनातन धर्म वैदिक संस्कृति शास्त्र की जय वेद व्यास शुकदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय विश्वामित्र अष्टवाल्मीकि तुलसी वेद आदि रामायण आचार्यों की जय श्री वेद व्यास विषमान्य याज्ञवल्क्य आदि शंकर आदि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्य की जय बोलो भाई सब संतान की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय आज के आनंद की जय नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हर सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय जय राम राम अम्बे अम्बे माता की जय समस्त श्रोता भक्त जिज्ञासु साधक मंडल की जय हरिओम नमः